Common knowledge says that Americans fear public speaking more than death. While this actually misinterprets an academic study, the truth remains that most people are anxious about speaking in public. At the same time, public speaking is a vital skill in today's business world. For these reasons, my mini course is focused on helping college students develop their public speaking skills. In this presentation, I'll review my instructional design document and present my mini course, finally reflect on my experience. This is my instructional design page. I'm just going to show it to you. I'd rather spend time on my course. All of the information should be here. The knowledge gap I'm addressing, the title and overview, my audience, which is college students, the course type, it's online asynchronous. It's designed to be a standalone course or work within another college business communication or other course. At this page where you click here, it takes you to a page for each week, which it has learning outcomes, the assignments for each week, and the assessments evaluations for each week, and the list of alignment for each of those items. The IDD review, the subject matter experts, there are very many for public speaking, so it's more difficult to narrow down the sources than anything else. I discuss my instructional design model, which is ADDIE with rapid design and elements. It is important that I keep the content relevant and interesting to students, which is the RID method. And the ADDIE emphasizes skills-based instruction, which is extremely important here. My learning theories are social constructivism and experiential learning. My course does a lot of collaborative learning, posting videos, talking in discussion groups where students observe each other, provide feedback. And these are hopefully simulated experiential learning situations. Finally, there's a link to my digital media page, which includes items that were created for this Mini Masters Course 300, animated video, interactive lessons, introduction video, audio, and more. Next, let's look at the mini course. This is published on Canvas LMS. I teach at a university that uses D2L Brightspace. So I had to learn Canvas, which wasn't too hard. There are a lot of similarities. When students log in, they'll see an announcements page here. There is a welcome right now. I want students to see the announcement page right away because I post a weekly introduction video, and I will also post any announcements, comments, changes, things that students need to know right away, and so they will see that first. After this has a link to the welcome module, it gives them an overview of the course. But then the welcome module, there is a document that welcomes students. There's a video to introduce myself. And there is the syllabus in visual and PDF formats. You can spend more time on the syllabus if you want, but it should include, I'll just click through it here. It includes course overview, a glance, how to reach me. There's a video about me. Includes the course learning objectives. It includes policies such as prerequisites. Nothing's required for this course, although most students have had an introductory college required communications course. No required materials. Everything should be Creative Commons open source materials. Technology requirements, that type of item. Tasks and assignments for each week, which I'll discuss a little more in a minute. A visual course schedule. I always provide this type of, it's usually a separate document for my students in our regular 16-week classes. I have my grading policy, late assignments, course policies, due dates, how our class runs Sunday to Monday, and what's expected. Other course policies include academic integrity, accessibility, student support, and an AI policy. One thing I added here was additional student resources. I have several pages like this in my typical syllabi. In my printed syllabi, each one includes contact information. In a digital one like this, in a real course at a university, I would link each one of these items to their associated website so students can easily find some of those resources. Okay, that is the syllabus. Canvas makes it easy to organize this. I think it's very user-friendly. Each week module follows the same pattern. I have a weekly overview, that's here, learning objectives defined here, and then each week has a section for reading, something to watch, and then what students should do post. The do is usually an activity. Here, the anxiety toolkit, they are doing a worksheet that relates to their lives. So what tools and techniques would help them manage their public speaking anxiety. And each week there's a short video, a practice video. I ask them to post that. The details of the video are here. And then there's a discussion section, and each discussion allows them two options. They can comment or make their discussion post about some of the videos they watched, or there's something else and they're usually related to their lives, something they've seen or experienced. These read, watch, do, and post are all related to Bloom's taxonomy. Read and watch are the content acquisition that are lower levels. The do, post, and discuss items are related to levels such as create, because students are creating and posting their own videos. Evaluate, they're using the RISE peer review model to assess, question, and critique other students' videos. I put them in groups, so they work with the same group this entire course. Then they apply and analyze in the discussion. They're either implementing information they learned in this course, relating that to something that they've experienced, or comparing information with public speaking, or outlining their anxiety toolkit like I mentioned. So there are a lot of levels of Bloom's taxonomy here. There are links to online readings in the read section. Most of those are not embedded. There is an infographic. Worksheets are developed in the do section, and there are embedded videos for each week. Most of them are embedded because I find students like to stay on the LMS and not go to other websites if possible. But each section does include a link to video at its original format. So something like this. It has the YouTube link here, and then it's also embedded. As I mentioned, I think Canvas provides easy navigation for the course, and then I tried to copy the same format for each week, starting with the overview, welcome, learning objectives, read, watch, do, that format through each week. I believe I followed the accessibility and universal design principles. Canvas provides an accessibility checker, and I did check each page. In the future, I might revise tables that I've included, the rubrics or that type of thing, to increase accessibility. Finally, the course includes a wrapping up module. Let's see if I can get down there. The wrap-up module, wrapping up is in the same format as the weekly intro. It reviews the course objectives, what they learned. There is a link to the course survey. I would mention when the final grades would be posted. And I usually encourage students to stay in touch, and say that I'm happy to do anything like that. I only did the one course survey. I think it's really difficult to have a midweek survey or a mid-course survey in a 4-week course. I have done it in my longer courses. Okay, finally, on my Capstone portfolio page, I included 2 rubrics, the QM because my school uses that, and then the Oscar because I prefer that one. Overall, I think I've done a decent job with this mini course and this instructional design program. I've learned a lot. And I want to thank everybody for the support and help in this program. Thank you.